The mud situation is a bit much. It's daunting. Even on a nice hot sunny day, you want to just be in your shorts and t-shirt, you know, it's buggy and hot. You got to put on all your rain gear because the mud's just flying and everything you got's just covered in mud. So I do get people asking how far I live from town, and it's not too far. It's only about 35 miles from Homer, which if you're on a highway going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, that ain't nothing, but it's a long bit of 2-lane road and then a gravel road and then miles and miles of muskeg. So you can see it's not an easy trip. Getting to town and back is 3 hours round trip, and that doesn't include saying hi to folks at the post office and looking at all the sparkly things in town that you can't afford and grabbing your bacons and your beans and flour and heading back out. So I think getting together with my cousin Eivin, he's got a nice shop, man. That guy did it right. He's got a shop with a roof and a floor. Fancy, all the tools, all the gadgets, the know-how to do it. So I think the two of us together will come up with a nice little system of some kind of mud flap. Maybe keep me drier, or less muddy at least. And it doesn't get any easier. You try to go in the forest and it's just a bunch of dead trees and holes and logs. You can't go, so the muskeg's kind of the way to go. But when you do go into the forest, it's a mess in there too. It's just difficult no matter where you go. So that's why you keep cutting new trails and finding new ways to get around. But eventually, you just got to go through the muck. And now, speaking of going through the muck, Ivan's going to meet me with his truck and his trailer. We're going to load this bad boy up, take it to his shop, get some mud flaps, and then after we're done, of course, you got to go take it for a test drive and see if they work. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to work. I'm a believer. Nothing can be worse than this. Look, it's a little bridge. A little bridge, huh? Things holding up good. But as you can see, it's just mud on one side, mud on the other. But even though it's not a huge creek, you know, it's still enough to fall in, to not be able to get out of. Like, you don't want to mess with that. I tried going through there, and it's just, the banks are so steep, it's dumb. But every time I pass over this little bridge, I'm always stoked because it's saving me a lot of hassle. Like right now, I'm gonna go meet Eivin. I'll be on time hopefully, instead of having to go around this whole thing, because there's all these ponds you gotta go around up here, and it's just like, meow. You gotta go way around and stuff, up around the top of the ponds and back around to get over to here. Instead, little bridge, little bridge, little bridge. But that's not what we're shooting right now. We're shooting mud flap modification. Let's go. Little bridge, little bridge. Woo! I mean, you gotta love it, or you don't, you know. I really don't mind getting muddy, but I hate it when I'm getting my groceries all full of dirt. And what's the point of doing laundry if you get home and your laundry's all covered in mud again? I tell you what. Oh, I'm looking forward to these mud flaps. I think they're going to be sweet. Look at this thing. Oh, I'm going to wipe off my lens. You know, imagine that's my laundry bag. And, you know, this is my nice clean clothes. And I got my groceries here. And it's just every time I go to town, it's just covered in muck. It's hard enough to get to town as it is. As you can see, I mean, this is where I used to drive the ice road in the wintertime. And now it's just muck. You know, used to drive my truck right down there. The old bear was chasing that moose right over there. all kind of stuff happens now, and now it's just muck. Muskegs. Woo! All right, I gotta keep cruising so I don't be late for Eivin, since he's doing me a solid today. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have fun with my cuz today. Do a little modification on the old 6 rig and get this mud out of my life. Well, at least out of my groceries and out of my teeth. There he is. I made it, and Eivin made it. We're doing it. Kilcher cousins unite. Woo! This was my nice stuff, and now it is not. It's a icky, and these jugs are full. Oh, good. That's what gives you good gas right there. That's how you get the good stuff in your tank. It's good. Here we are. We did it. It's so muddy.
It's so muddy.
I don't know if you knew, but it's muddy.
Well, I was just thinking you just wanted mud flaps off the back, but I can tell you need something a lot more substantial than that.
Yes, some kind of side rail guide in 2 pieces, so dumpy bed can still dump, but then front poop spot can.
Yeah.
So that, you know, passengers or people, and mainly just like groceries and gas.
I see why you messaged me the other day and you were asking about buoys, because buoys.
Right.
Buoys could be a pretty sweet.
Some kind of,
because they have the little structure,
you
to
know,
them.
you could, this way that holds out.
Yeah.
So we'll have to just dig around.
Dig
I don't
around.
know, see what we come up with.
See what we find.
Get a homesteadery.
There we are.
Yeah.
You can back up a little bit more, I think.
Okay.
Now that you're on. Now come forward,
right?
come forward a little bit again.
Thoughts with Odds. Today we're with Eivin Kilcher. Eivin Kilcher, what's your favorite smell?
Swamp mud. No, probably not. Favorite smell? Might be like Jolly Rancher. Something like that. But it brings back memories of too much candy as a kid.
Sneaky candy memories.
Sneaky candy memories.
What is the first thing you ever built? Was that my Wheeler? Oh, God.
There we were.
Good guys. I guess it wasn't on the tongue very much.
Yeah.
First thing you ever built?
First thing I ever built, actually, that I think I was probably real proud of, was I built a tiny little covered wagon that my hamster could pull around in a little hamster ball. He'd go in his hamster ball, I'd put my hamster in there, and then he'd pull it around and he'd go on missions on the Oregon Trail around my living room.
Epic.
Yeah.
This one like a hamster. All right, pie or cake?
Pie.
Why?
Cake, I find it's too sweet and less flavor. Pie is all about the tartness of a good pie.
I'm with you on that. I love me some pie. You meet a sea witch, but she's a nice sea witch. She's gonna curse you to be a sea creature, but she's gonna let you choose what sea creature you want to be. What sea creature, cursed sea creature, will you be?
Ooh, cursed sea creature. Giant squid.
Strong choice. Giant squid. Would you then seek revenge from the sea witch, or would you leave her be since she let you choose your curse?
I would just find some ships to sink.
Cleaner. It's been a while since I've had running water. I can just maybe.
You don't want to get yourself with that.
No.
I cut my hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
Little splash guard action.
Some kind of something.
So I've got various pieces of Lex sand up there, which kind of could be cool. Then you could see through it getting muddy. Ooh. I also have, this actually might be what we want to use, which is
pretty burly.
It's pretty burly.
But also flexy.
And light.
And lightweight.
You know, but I haven't tried seeing what happens if we like try bending it or anything, you know, like heating it and bending it.
Does it heat? Does it
bend?
Want to bend?
Does it just kind of shatters, which isn't super cool. Let me see what else I've got. I've got other plastics too up here. This plastic would be cool. I've got. I have this.
Your fingers. Oh, yeah. Oh. Ooh. So flexy.
I also have this. We could use. This actually might be the game plan. This piece right here. That's Lex sand. Lex sand. Pretty cool stuff. You can bend it cold like steel. Wow. This stuff is cool and has the potential, but like, dang, it just shattered. That's not really so cool.
Right.
You know, especially like if you go past a bush or get some stick up past your.
I wonder if it can melt and bend a little shape, you know, because obviously it's like the guy can.
Let's get some blowtorch action on there.
You know, something that it can't just hang down.
Right.
You know, ideally it would kind of do a little.
If it was, what about if it was like,
pinned
now
up
let it hang
and
down.
then
Still hangs down too much.
But if it was shorter.
Oh,
Maybe if it was like only that long, you know.
Then it just wants to
then it wants to stand back up. And really, you know, like the worst spot is here. See if Torchy does things. Hey. I don't even know where my camera's pointed anymore. I don't even know. Oh. When two cousins come together to make YouTube. That's yes. Turns colors. Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I don't know why it was so shattery.
Right. Maybe that was just like a sad.
It's pretty durable.
It is actually. And malleable.
And malleable.
Then a guy could put it on and then torch it up and get a little.
Yeah. And get it where you want
it.
Yeah. Which might be kind of cool. We could try it.
We could try it. We could start with kind of making one and then seeing if it holds. You got this product, which is lightweight, but did crack, but is actually pretty durable. Once I even put the torch to it, was able to bend it. It kind of held a form, so that's kind of a fun contender there. And we've got some Lexan, which is groovy stuff and clear. Malleable, but also can crack. We've got weapons of mass destruction plastic, which is really, really aggressive and heavy and not as easy to bend. And I think we're going to start off trying to mock one up out of this.
Do you think we want to try doing something out of cardboard first, or do we just want to like...
I mean, if it worked, it would be a shame to make it and be like, it works, except we didn't actually make it
the right shape.
So we could at least, get some measurements, get some cardboard, and get the right size and color.
How would our dads do it? Definitely out of something else first. What do you think? Where do you want it to attach it?
It
Higher,
probably,
lower, right there?
I'm kind of thinking that bend will help kind of
I think it will.
Start to the kick. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we just solved the whole thing. All right, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining in. I'm out. Building a couple of mock-up fenders here with some cardboard, just in case we figure out what we're actually doing, and then it's like, wait, we should have done that for real. This way, if we can mess up the cardboard with no problemos, but once we get a system that we kind of like the length and the basic shape, then we can try it out on a real piece of material. This is the perfect piece of plastic for the job, and this was going to get thrown away. You kept it. How long have you had this piece of plastic in your life?
I think 3 years, 3-4 years, since like peak discovery years.
If you if you use it in under 10 years, in my opinion, it's worth keeping around.
Well, when you're really hoarding it, because it's like if I had this and I wasn't able to let it go, that's when it would be a problem. Like if I was hoarding it and I did not want to share it with you.
And I was like, hey, this would be great. Can I use it?
Yeah.
This would be really good for my but you can't.
No, you can't.
What are you using it for?
I don't know yet. I honestly don't know what I'm using it for. I'm just keeping it because...
I have a purpose. I could use it
but
for
I'm a hoarder, you see?
But if I could just use it,
maybe.
I could have it. No, okay, you're still thinking, but
I'm still
see?
Okay, you can have it. See,
Thank you.
that's the proper way not to hoard, is to make sure you let things go to the next person that wants them. So I'm okay with that.
Now we know. And it's not easy for us Kilchers to let things go to the next person that wants it, but sometimes you just got to let it go.
Yeah.
We're going to cover it in mud. Wait, I was going to take it though. Could I?
I guess so. I guess so. Oh, wait, I need the right. It's all about the right. Quarter 20. I got all this stuff for when I was going to build an airplane.
How'd that go for you?
Didn't build an airplane. That's how it went.
He didn't build an airplane. Now he can build mud flaps instead, which is way better than an airplane in my neck of the woods. So these fun little rivets that he's got, that he's not using to build his airplane with, are pretty groovy because then you can put the rivet in and then you can thread a nut in there, a bolt can thread into it, and then you can put the fender over the top of that, and then put a nut on, and then you can take it on and off if it's seasonal, winter time, if you need to break the fender, put on a new one. But it is a matter of, will it hold onto, Guy? And we're going to find out by doing a test hole elsewhere first that will then get covered up. Because it's going to be a chunk. Middle flap. Probably so. This is the right size?
That's the right size.
Oh God, here it goes. Oh, there's a hole.
Looks fancy, doesn't it? Looks
Wow.
professional. It does look like it kind of squished it down a little bit. Look, it's all dimpled. So now I think we should put a bolt in there
And see if it...
and see what happens, how much we can tighten it down.
Look at that. This is pretty nice. I mean, this ain't no airplane, but look at that, huh?
Kind
It
of
doesn't
curious.
have to be like bulletproof, like crazy on there. That's pretty, I mean, that's pretty tight.
It's pretty tight. It didn't spin ever, but it also like...
But it's not coming out.
It's not coming out.
More than anything.
Pretty cool. What do you think?
Super cool. I think we should go for it. I think we should do it. Why not?
There we go. That's the one. Hiya! All right, you got to try it. It's pretty fun.
It looks like too much fun. There's something incredibly satisfying about a rivet, and I have to say I've never done a nut rivet before.
You take it all the way down.
Setting all the way down.
All the way down.
You got the right depth
That's
already
the right
figured
depth
out.
Figured out.
And get in
It's
there.
tight.
Get in that hole. And then untwisty?
Yeah. You take some tension off.
First?
Yeah, you can open handles. And then just unthread it because that rod
stays where it stays where
it stays where it's at. Yeah.
Okay. Man, come on. Is there anything cooler than this?
They look so professional.
It looks so sweet.
It's just done, just like that.
So satisfying. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, dude. This looks badass.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to put a smile on a couple of homesteaders' faces. Look at that. Wow. Well, now we know what to do for the other side.
Yeah.
This situation.
I feel like we know what to do for the others. This is 9 by however long
9
that
by
was.
43. And you're thinking a 2-piece. A 1-piece like
One
that.
piece like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, but under obvious or shorter, just shorter.
Yep. Killed your cabin, killed your cousin, Fabricating, give it, wow. Killed your cousin, Fabrication. Oh, wow. Shouldn't film and hold torch at the same time. So this plastic, it turns out to be super cool stuff, finding it to be really malleable and sculptable and super fun. Made Eivin want to just, now he's like, to build all of things out of it now. What will we do? But basically, we got the front fender piece here. This way the tailgate, the dump bed can still open and close. This, though, can be for the main rider here. This is going to be amazing. I'm getting excited. We'll be able to kind of customize it. We put these holes in, bend it, warp it a little bit more. Once this side is done, we're going to be like professionals on the other side. We'll be back in the mud trying it out. I'm excited to go try it out. I just want to try it out. Oh.
Alyushkin!
Odds Lee was not strong enough to push in the plastic rivets. Only Eivin was able to do it. Odds Lee will not make it through the winter. Now, it's funnier when I say it about myself. So we were using the super cool nut rivets, but these are pretty cool too. They're little plastic grommet guys that just go in there and then you can take them back out too. And snap,
Off before like other things break.
They have breakage factor, so these will give before your entire fender rips into 10 pieces. So, you know. First side's done. Couple little tune-ups, little things here and there, but for the most part, it's done, and it's looking pro, and we're getting stoked. Gonna whoop out the other side twice as fast now that we know what we're kind of doing, almost, sort of. We definitely know what we're doing. Started off with the fancy nut rivets. Those are sexy, but then moved on to the plastic inserts. Those are nice and easy. And now we're gonna make the other side happen just like this is Eivin's handy work here. Look at that. Molding, custom bends, fit. One of a kind. See this look.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh, yeah.
Cold press.
Cold press.
Super fast.
That's the technique that we haven't figured out yet.
That's right. Cold mud press gets it really fast bond off of that. Can you explain the cold mud press to me there?
So cold mud press technique works like this. It's cold and wet and muddy, so it doesn't burn my hand, but it also cools it down at the same time. And so we end up with a perfect form, yet muddy. It's muddy, but that's okay. It's okay with me anyways.
Secret, can't see it yet.
Okay.
Boom.
That's it.
The final touch.
Final touch.
I mean, those things are looking sexy as can be.
All right. Let's fire it up.
Sweet. Oh, wait. Do you have a can of rattle paint?
I do. I got some free.
Black?
What color you want? I got orange. I got pink. I got black. I got green. I got red. I got black.
I guess I'll go with black. If I'm nervous because there's one last detail to put on there. The final touch. Because on the way out here, it was getting real muddy. And it'll be the last time I get this muddy. Hopefully so. I think it's gonna work. But on the way here, I had to give it the full onion. Not just half the onion. The full onion. And now I can give her the full onion without getting covered in mud. Brought to you by Full Onion. Zoink.
Epic.
Yes. Well, it came out way better than I had ever hoped or dreamed. I mean, dueling mud flaps, this custom-y guy, still open and closed dumpy bed.
I think the only thing left to do now is take it for a rip.
You up for some getting mud or not mudding?
Let's do
Are we
it.
not mudding?
Let's do this.
Let's go not get muddy.
Not muddy.
Oh yeah. It gives me special feelings inside. It looks like it should have a gun turret in the back now. We're live at the Full Onion. This is it though. We're gonna finally try it out. See how she does. There is no lack of mud here, as you can see. There's plenty of it. But there's nothing that you can't go through with a Full Onion. And when the Kilcher cousins get together, we get the job done. Not always the best way.
But the Kilcher way.
I've been watching your
That's
channel
right.
too. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
You know, pretty good, pretty good. They got nice clearance too.
Yeah.
Oh, God. There's a creek. Check the clearance. Oh, yeah.
I'm not getting muddy at all.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
They're so working. They're working.
It's working.
It's amazing.
It's working. The full onion. Well, I did forget one thing today. Got to get gas, but hey, I can always walk home. Yeah.
This was full when you first showed it to me. Absolutely full. And this
Yeah.
time, oh, we got that.
Oh,
Look at this.
one little piece of mud. Oh.
No big deal. No big deal.
Well, thanks again for all your help. That
Of course.
was fun and functional. Fun
Super
and functional.
Super cool.
And the kind of stuff that you just had laying around your shop that turns into the perfect thing for the job. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna last a long time and keep me from getting muddy.
I hoarded that plastic for just the right amount of time.
And this was it.
Yes.
This was it. And of course, if you had fun watching this, Ivan's got a lot of super cool fun builds and just Alaska adventures going on the Kilcher Homestead channel. Obviously, thanks for tuning in to Kilcher's Last Frontier channel. There's so many Kilcher channels. Look at how clean that water jug is. Look at how clean it is. And I'm even giving her the full onion and I ain't getting muddy at all. Love it when a good plan works out. And a beautiful night even.